day, YouTube. So today we're gonna actually take a little break from the EP3. As you can see, I installed my back rack that I had for a while since I started picking up mountain biking. Bought a new Ozark Trail 29 M.2 and started hitting the trails, you know, for just health reasons and just doing something for fun when I'm my day off. So I got probably another video going soon about this car, the things I've done that didn't record, electrical issues I was going through, and how I fixed it. So, but today we're gonna actually be working on the RDX, my 2020 RDX A-Spec all-wheel drive. I'm actually gonna be installing a catch can, as you can see. So I haven't seen any real good write-ups or how-tos or videos about installing a catch can on this. Usually it's for the Accord or for the Type R, and the RDX is kind of a hit or miss, and a lot of people, half people say you don't need it, other half said it's good to have. You know what, it's direct injection, so it's a motor that it's going to have composite buildup put on. I did recently take it to Acura to deal with a stuttering problem. I thought it was the fuel pump. There was a recall on the fuel pump for a manufacturing defect for the Impaler, I believe it was. That got fixed to see if that was the cause of the issue I was having. It was like stuttering every time I tried to accelerate. A couple of days later, it came back again, so it wasn't the fuel pump. Thankfully, they had the fuel pump in stock and were able to actually fix it. So at least that got taken care of. And then the other problem with the dealership had told me it was probably the intake, not the intake, the intercooler piping. Supposedly, if you live in a very high humidity type environment, as we do here in South Florida, I guess water gets collected in the intercooler piping, and then that also will cause some kind of stuttering through acceleration. So there was actually a service recall for that. They ordered a new piping for the intercooler and some kind of sealant that goes with it. They replaced that, got it back, still having the same issue. And now this time it was actually more severe. It's where I went to a football game and I couldn't accelerate. I was almost like in limp mode. I never felt that before. Never experienced it before. Long story short, it was a bad spark plug on cylinder number 2. Fixed it and no more issues. So that's weird. Okay, never felt that before. So, but as I go back to the original story, I took it to the dealership. They did say that, hey, we're noticing that the throttle body has carbon buildup already. We could do a clean for it, and it's gonna cost you like $400 or $500. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Screw that. But it has 55,000 miles on it. 2020. I got it back in 2019. And I talked to my brother-in-law, who's also a mechanic, and he suggested don't bother doing that. If anything, just install the catch can. Do you use premium fuel? I was like, yes, I do, all the time since I got it. He's like, all right, I don't think it's going to be that severe to where you need that cleaning, but if you want to prevent it, go ahead and install a oil catch can, and that should help, you know, prevent most of the buildup that you might end up getting. So that's what we're doing today. So what I'm going to be installing it is going to be right there. I already took one of the bolts off, but that little bracket, I'm going to install another bracket I bought from Home Depot. And my plan is to reuse, as you can see, if we go down here, you see this hose right here? We're going to reuse this hose. It follows it. It's going to go all the way down to right down here. If you follow it with your finger, it goes right into, I believe, the intake manifold. So we're going to reuse this hose. This is going to go into the in from the orange catch can. That was a Ford Focus. Okay, welcome to my neighborhood. But yeah, we're gonna use this. This is gonna go to the end. My thing is it's a lot longer than I need. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually cut this in half. I'm gonna have it go into the in port, and then on the out going back into the intake manifold. This is what I thought up of. So I'm gonna actually have this linked up from Amazon, where I got it from. It's literally a replica of the Mushimoto one. The only difference is I actually changed out the fittings for these barb fittings, 3/8 barb fittings, because the other ones were way too big. First of all, they were plastic. No. But this whole thing is all metal. And yeah, it's 3/8. So actually I could use the stock hoses on it. And as you can see, I ordered from Acura another stock PCV hose, and I just attached a one-way valve on it. So as you can see, I'm gonna go from the top of the cylinder head to the end right here, out through here, and this is gonna made up to the other side of the hose going to the intake manifold. The arrow, as you can see, is pointing towards, let me just show you so you can see, arrow's pointing down because it's going towards the intake manifold. We want to make sure that air could go through this way, cannot go back in. And if you don't know, just blow on it and see which side goes in. This is the side that's going to go air out into the intake manifold. We're going to combine this to that hose that I'm going to cut in half. So really all you're going to do, and mind you, this, I bought two of these came in a package, so I could probably throw the other one in the EP3 or hook that other one up to, I believe one of these hoses is another PCV. I forgot which one was. I think it was this one. See how that works out. I'm not sure. This is what I'm saying. There's no good write up on this. This is a hard line, so I can't really do that to this. Yeah, I'm not sure. Supposedly online on the forums they said you should do that side and this side if you really want to deal with the blow by from the oil going back into the cylinder head. But I'm not sure on this side. I know that for sure. Type R's have done it. The Accord 2.0 turbos have done it, and a lot of RDXs who have done it. That's what they do. But either ways, I got these two of these for 30 bucks. You probably get it half, 15 bucks for one. This was probably like 10 bucks, I believe. And this also, I can't, two of these, I believe it was like 10 bucks, another 10 bucks for two of these one-way valves. And the other one's actually on my hose that goes to my brake booster and my EP3. That's why I had an extra one laying around, so I figured why not. But this is exactly like the Mushimoto. Let's take a look. Okay, back at it. So you can see almost exactly the same as the one you get from Mushimoto, but you get it for like 15-20 bucks. Maybe 2 for 30 if the deal's still there. But yeah, just put some sealant tape, new barbs. The barbs are like 6 bucks for 2. New hose. Get the OEM hose, so there's no issues. We could just reuse everything that we have already in there, and we got a good setup. So the only thing I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna try to install the new bracket. I did go to Home Depot. I bought this. This is like 3 bucks at Home Depot, and where you get the lumber in that section up there. I'm gonna try to use this, see how it works. It's kind of thin. I might end up changing it, but for now, let's see how it works. So let me get to it. All right, so this is what I came up with. Drilled out the holes right here, attached the bracket, cut off the tips with a cutoff wheel. Granted, I'm gonna paint this black. This is just gonna be actually installing it. Once I make sure that everything is the way I want it to be, I'm gonna go ahead and paint this bracket black for now. I might switch out for a different bracket because I feel like this is too thin of a gauge, but for now it works. Let's go ahead and install it and see how everything goes. All right, so this is how I had it set up. I just gotta put it up. So got the new hose, as you can see, wrapped around. That's the OEM hose that I just reused it. I cut the old hose, and one side's going to the end, and then the other side, here it is, going to the intake manifold. Not the intake, yeah, the intake manifold. So yeah, that's how it looks. I still have to put the cover back on, but it's pretty straightforward. Like I said, it's going to the in, to the out, back into it, oil catch can. Definitely gonna redo the bracket. It's just too flimsy. I'm gonna get a thicker gauge bracket, but at least now I can use this as a template how I want it set up, so that's a plus. But yeah, hope you liked the video. If you do, please press the like video, hope you liked the video. If you do, subscribe, hit that like button. Thank you. Peace out. All right, what's going on, everybody? So came back and redid the bracket. This time I made it look a little bit better. As you can see, got a new thicker gauge bracket here from Home Depot. Everything lined up, all the bolts went in. I just needed to cut a little excess. I filed down the edges to make sure it's not sharp, and bolted the top bracket that holds the oil catch can, and I use lock washers on the back, lock nuts on the back. But yeah, and I could prove that this works. This actually had some oil and it only been a month, but yeah, it looks a lot better, a lot stable, more stable here with this thicker gauge bracket than I had before. It looks nicer in there. Let me unscrew it and show you exactly what I mean as far as what's inside in about a month that I had this installed. Okay, so as you can see, I unscrewed it, and this is what's inside. Now here in South Florida, it has been pretty cold the last couple of weeks, for around the 40s, 30s, but this is just a month. That's crazy. So I think it's a good investment. We'll see what's going on. Right now I gotta take my motor, my Acura, to the dealership because I did the coolant change, and in less than a month my level is actually, I don't know if you can see it here, probably not, but I had it at max. It's at min right now. I don't see a coolant leak anywhere. I don't see a puddle or anything underneath my car when I move it. I did have a misfire cylinder 2, which was a bad spark plug. So two things: either I have a leak or blown head gasket. And from what I read online, the Accords and RDXs do have an issue with their casting as far as the head, from what I read so far, causing the head gasket to go. But I don't see white smoke, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna take it to the dealership. Hopefully that doesn't void my warranty. It shouldn't. It's just an oil catch can, but I'm taking my chances to see what's going on, because honestly I can't take the bypass off unless I cut that hose. I'm not even gonna mess with it right now. Just gonna go like this to the dealership and see what they say. But here it is. That's how everything looks. It's working. Happy with the outcome and the install. So if you like what you see, just comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you very much.